What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. I want to show you guys a 73-0 Infiltrator Elite class gameplay I had on Akibaba. So this is the best streak I've had so far with this new Elite class since Turning Tides has come out, so I was pretty pleased with this gameplay. I've had a couple games where I was in the low 60s, high 50s with streaks, and a lot of games where I'm like dying maybe 1 or 2 times, but nothing that really has come really close to the 73-0, so I was pretty pleased to get it. Not quite the 100-0 gameplay I've been looking forward to lately, but I'll take it so far. I've been slowly progressing my way up, so I don't know if maybe it's possible for me to get the 100-0 with this elite class. I don't know. We'll see, but for the most part, I'm slowly working its way up now, so we'll see what again comes up here more in the future. But holding them down over here by C really quick. They pushed up behind us instantly at the very beginning of the game and grabbed E, yeah, I was trying to engage where they were going to show up, and that's kind of where they pushed at the very beginning of the game, which was kind of nice because it allowed me to easily pick up the kit, not be kind of challenged. It seems like right there at the very beginning of the game, you either have people push C or D or B, depending what side people spawn on at the very beginning of the game, and it can, you know, kind of throw things off, especially where the elite class is at if you're not careful. But I'm going to immediately push behind where they're at and drop my spawn beacon and throw the flare out right over there, because that stops the 2 pathways for them to turn, and all the paths we have to look out is to my right. So they're either going to spawn over to my left or to my right, and I'm watching mainly the right side, a little bit to the left because they can run up over there, but they'll be a little more discouraged to do that just because the artillery strike is taking place right there. I do want to say that my teammates on this round were absolutely probably the best teammates overall I've ever had since I've been playing BF1. The gadgets they dropped down from the resupplies to the heals to what my teammate did here with his flare gun was just so spot on, and I'd have to contribute probably this streak more to how my teammates like helped me out. You know, and they were just I'm not sure if they were directly trying to help me out, but they were just playing smart, using their gadgets really well, and I was benefiting from that, and it was very helpful. And it was, man, it makes you really think how nice it is if you have a great squad with you that's just, you know, healing you and resupplying you and dropping flares. I tell you what, that's just literally the best thing ever. And the more I was thinking about it, the more I was kind of realizing how I really get myself in bad situations when I start getting low on ammo for this Martine handed grenade launcher. So it's something in the future I'm going to be watching out for, especially after this gameplay, and realizing this is how well it's being resupplied. This has allowed me to continuously lay fire down with this weapon, and the majority of my kills I'm pretty sure were just from this weapon this game. I don't think I was really getting that many kills with the artillery strike. And really when it came down to it, was just the fact that I was being resupplied and I was able just to continuously lay fire down with this weapon, and I was hitting my shots pretty well. So yeah, definitely, again, something in the future I'm gonna be watching out for. I mean, obviously, you know, any class could probably do well if you're getting resupplied and healed well, but for some reason, I don't know why, it seems like for this elite class when I'm playing, this one seems to kind of punish me more if I get low with the ammo. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna be watching out for that more coming out here in the future, especially when I've had my best streak so far, and I would contribute a lot of that to just really good teammates. They were just laying stuff down. Like I said, I'm not sure they were like specifically trying to help me. I don't think it was. They were just laying their gadgets down, and it was just helpful. Big time. You don't realize how you just laying your gadgets down. It's like, you know, he wasn't trying to lay it for me right there, that health crate, but it's there for me. You know, there's another one. You know, it was just everywhere the whole game. Like I said, there was only like one situation where I was like struggling for ammo, but everything else was pretty okay. Now I'm posting up right here because the spawn for them is going to be right there to the front, a little bit to the left of me, right in that little corner. That's where they're going to spawn if they spawn at the very beginning of the game by A and they cap D, and they're trying to recap D as we're taking it back. They're going to spawn right there. I had a game a couple games earlier where I was going on this kind of similar streak as I was doing right now, and I was running over there with my elite class, and they were all spawning around me, and I just lost sight of kind of where our spawns were at in the game, and kind of got turned around and thought that the enemy team was spawning at the very beginning of the game by F. I forgot where our home spawns were at. I sometimes can forget that midway through the game, yeah, that can definitely throw you off because the spawns for each territory are different in relation to where you spawn at the very beginning of the game. So you always got to factor that in. Now, fortunately, I was all prepared for that, so that went well. I threw a somewhat decent flare right there. I had a lot of them where I felt that I put them in good spots, but it seemed like it wasn't good enough, and it wasn't really like doing as much damage as I thought it would. My Martini hand grenade launcher was spot on, so that's one of the ones that dealt the most damage, at least for the most part here. Even though I was getting shot there a little bit from behind, teammates were able to flank from there, and then I'm gonna flank these guys from the side. I was in a little bit of a scary situation right here because I'm just this straight pathway down, and I have a light machine gun class that could easily melt me. And that's the last thing I need is get caught out there in the open. Now, given I did have 2 smokes, and that is always helpful, and you will see a situation coming up here where I do get kind of caught out there in the open. I gotta throw my smoke screen down, but you know, for the most part, I was able to kind of stay away from those kind of bad situations. Now, I was able to hit some good god shots with the Martini hand grenade launcher, which again was giving me some pretty good confidence in using this in this game, even though in this situation right here, trying to kill that medic class, I kind of fail at. But I was hitting a lot of my shots, and again, it's a good confidence boost when I start using this weapon, because I may mention in some previous videos on Turning Tides that I was kind of feeling a little iffy about the whole you know, Martini hand grenade launcher, how I kind of felt it was kind of inconsistent, and there'd be a lot of situations where you're trying to roll up and you think you're going guns blazing and take an enemy player out really easily, but you end up finding out he only gets, you know, 90 health down, and you know, he's able to, you know, melt you with his Hellrigo or his light machine gun class, or even just scout class. And scout classes can melt you. It doesn't take much to take you out with the with this Infiltrator elite class. Now I'm able to find again more ammo right there, and I'm gonna pull back around and look, there's just, you know, it's just perfect, right? I just have everything I need at the right time in the right place. That was exactly where I wanted to go and flank over towards too, because I knew they were gonna be there. And now I'm completely stacked, and even after each shot, I'm able to keep resupplying myself. So I'm able to basically kind of hold the front lines right here and be the most significant player giving out damage with this grenade launcher, and then hopefully push my you know, team up, you know, forward, and you know, and when we do that, I'll be completely full with you know, all the ammo in my Martini and grenade launcher. So it's just all working out kind of perfectly right there. Now I gotta make sure I take out this medic class because he's kind of slipped by, and of course he's probably re-healing himself and everything. And so I do want to make sure I'm going to be okay over there to my left. I did drop that artillery strike, which was going to kind of deter them from pushing up completely right there, and hopefully give my teammates a little bit of breathing room to move up forward, which they are. So a lot of it, this game seemed more like it came down to when I used my artillery strike, which is repositioning enemy players. It wasn't so many kills with it, but it would reposition them, and that was just kind of the way it was working out for me. Now I'm going to lay the spawn beacon right there, which was going to be a little bit helpful, I think, 'cause I think I'm going to get some squad spawns on me, which is what I'm going to need right here, because they're yeah, after we kind of held them back down from there, they didn't want to push up anymore, which was a smart play on them, and they just moved over to the side and found our weak spot, which is over here by C. But for the most part, I'm laying down fire, and there's not much that they can do about me right there. But that guy's in a kind of a awkward spot, so I'm gonna flank around here really quick. I got the spawn beacon over there, so hopefully my teammates work around that area, and I can kind of squeeze them in from the side over here. Now I was able to drop the artillery strike, and so hopefully that will mess them up a little bit too close towards to me. So I didn't really feel kind of comfortable kind of moving around the edges right there. I'm probably really conservative when it comes to that artillery strike. I really don't like to get myself caught in it at all. Even in the little edges of it, I try to stay away from it as much as I can. But unfortunately, my spawn beacon is gone now, and they're still pushing over here, even though they're about to cap C. But for the most part, they're being punished for doing it. And because I'm again disconnecting with all my shots, I'm gonna do another god shot over here and get a good kill doing that. So yeah, they're still firing at us, but I'm gonna drop another spawn beacon right here, and just keep laying down fire, because I got all my teammates around, and so that is helpful. and you know, we're looking pretty good here, even though they capped C. So definitely what we wanted. And again, more teammates being able to resupply. I'm a little bit out in the open here, and that doesn't make me feel too comfortable, but you know, I'm going to still keep laying shots down. They are spawning right over there, right in front of me. So if they spawn at A at the very beginning of the game, and if they're trying to recap C, they're going to spawn right there where you're seeing me, where all those enemy players were at. So that's where they were all at. They push up again, throwing all those grenades. I wanted to stay there a little bit longer, but I couldn't, because they were throwing all those grenades there. I didn't want to risk it, but yeah, I was, I knew they were going to be coming right there, so that's what you should expect if you're trying to recap C and they spawn at the very beginning of the game towards where A is at. That's where their spawn is going to be at. So I'm going to try to see what I want to do here. I was laying my spawn beacon right up here at the very, like, top of this little hill right there, so my teammates would kind of spawn in and they would, you know, instantly see everyone. Probably not the best thing. Sometimes I try to, like, maybe think a little bit better where I lay my spawn beacon, maybe behind a rock, so I give my teammates maybe a safer passageway to get through. But sometimes I like giving them, like, good positioning where when the moment they spawn they can see, like, everything. So it's kind of, you know, can be, you know, your pros and cons to that right there. But yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do here, and my teammates are recapping E, so I'm kind of holding, even though I'm waiting for my artillery strike to come in. I felt a little bit off right here, and I knew this was going to end up happening. I knew they were going to start spawning around there. I just had a feeling that they were going to push a little bit over here towards me, and they do. And now they're coming after me, and I'm just going to lay some smoke because I can hear the guy coming behind me right now. And I'm nervous right here because I'm risking it. If he just pushed all the way through the smoke, he would have been able to hunt me down and shoot me in the back and kill me, but he doesn't do that. So that was a little bit of a break on my part, because I knew right when I was out over there, they're going to spawn, you know, right there in front of me, and I just wasn't really sure if my teammates were going to cap B or not, how that was going to work out. And it turned out that my teammates were going to kind of struggle over there, so that put me in kind of a bad spot. So that was the worst it got, I think, when it came down to me using the elite class on this map. I think there's another situation I do have where it does get kind of a little sketchy, but it wasn't really all too bad. I felt more control over it than what I was in that spot. That made me feel really uncomfortable, and I was just happy to get a little bit of a break there, because it feels like a lot of times with the elite class, there's not much mercy when I get down pretty low. I mean, you can get down to, like, you know, 30, you know, health, and a scout class can easily shoot you and finish you off with, like, a body shot, I think. So it doesn't take you too much to finish me off when I'm in this class. But I'm gonna come back over here. Teammates flanked around, grabbed A, so I was like, okay, I guess, you know, I guess we'll just have to focus completely everything over here by B. So I laid the flare down, and I'm flanking from the side. Dropped the spawn beacon. I want to stop them from pushing all the way over here, because I know it's where they want to make that pathway where I was here a little bit earlier. I want to try to prevent that, but at the same time, I see there's so many of them right there. So again, I'm really happy with how this gameplay turned out with the Martini and grenade launcher. A lot of them I was connecting, and I wasn't, you know, getting these 90 points where I get in those situations a little bit too much lately, especially with the elite class, and that's not what you want, especially with the, you know, limited amount of armor you have on this class. So but now I'm running low on the actual Martini Henry grenade launcher, and that's the first in the game so far. So this is the only time I really got down low, and I started getting a little bit concerned. You know, no one's really dropping anything, and they still had B. So I'm gonna throw another flare in a somewhat decent spot. I'm not sure how many kills I get on that one there, but I felt that one was a little bit more productive of a position. But yeah, there's there's some ammo right there. So it wasn't, I didn't have to go too long. I think it does kind of slow down here a little bit, but you know, it wasn't anything too, like, dramatic, you could say, because I was able to you know, have teammates all around me, and I'm not, like, stuck in my, you know, a bad spot where, you know, I'm in, you know, up against a corner and I have no ammo at all, and I'm just left with my double barrel shotgun to kind of survive. So yeah, not all too bad, but yeah, that flare there was a little bit better. You see it just doing a lot of damage right there, and again, that was probably the best flare I dropped down. Most of my flares were, I mean, they were well positioned flares, but they weren't killing people. They were just, you know, maneuvering people to a different location, and that's kind of how I've always kind of seen the flare to kind of work for this elite class. It kind of just makes people move from a different spot, and that's kind of seems to be kind of the, for at least in my opinion, the kind of the meta of how that flare kind of works. So But yeah, we held them off, and now we actually come down and we actually cap them a little bit over here by A. Not too much, but you know, enough for them to get the elite classes. So I did want to watch out for that, because they do have all the elite classes right now, and you can see them pop out right when I'm about to drop the flare. So I hit the Villaprosa, which you don't want to mess with. With this elite class, if a sniper can take you out, Villaprosa can breathe on you and you'll be dead. So so yeah, I threw the flare. Kind of decent. Again, I always feel like I'm undershooting the flares, man. And when the flares are so weird, man, when it comes to this elite class, I still have to get a little bit of used to using it. But yeah, I feel like I undershot a little bit. I was still doing some damage, but I dropped that spawn beacon in the perfect spot, because I'm gonna get kind of thrown off here as I'm waiting. I knew there's a scout class shooting. I was waiting for him to show up, so I throw a bunch of smoke. I was hoping to get the element of surprise on him, waiting for him to show up. I think it's a scout class or assault class. Yeah, it's a scout class, but he has his teammate that shows up right next to him. He puts more shots on me, and then throws a pretty decent grenade. But then I get a bunch of teammates that I think spawn on that beacon. Yeah, they spawn all right up there. So that was helpful. Or I don't know where they came from, but yeah, that was that was definitely pretty clutch right there, because I could have been kind of in a sketchy spot. I felt kind of comfortable though behind that rock, but you know, you never know. Especially get your streaks up, crazy things happen. So, but yeah, throw another flare right up over there, and wasn't, again, a little bit undershot, so I wasn't able to really do as much damage again that I probably would have liked to have done. But I'm gonna flank over here by the side, and you know, this is where I felt like I was a little bit shooting a little bit off with the Martini and grenade launchers. Some people of them that were right over there that I wasn't connecting with. I would have liked to gotten a little bit more kills over here, but again, for the most part, like I said, overall with the gameplay, I felt you know, pretty happy with how it was working with the elite class. Now there's a couple guys hiding in there, so I'm able to finish those guys off really quick, and then I probably can drop my spawn beacon on here. Yep, and lay down as much fire as I can. I'm gonna flank around over to the side, because I know not a lot of them are popping out here now, and they're probably going to be flanking right there, which they are. Take my teammate out, and then my teammate's able to take out the other guy right there, and they're probably going to drop in their flare over here pretty soon. I think so. Yeah, right up over here probably. Yeah, I'm going to watch that turn again like I was doing at the very beginning of the game, and try to come up over here and see if I can, you know, get a quick kill over here where the out of bounds section is. It wasn't going to turn out that way, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to get out of here, because they're already capping B, and there's no reason why I stick around here. I get myself in a kind of a sketchy spot here again, where I kill one player, but then his teammate comes around, and I didn't want to mess with that. That would take me out quick. I'm not sure what he has there, but I don't want to find out, because yeah. But again, props to my teammates again. I didn't have to, you know, look far to go find a health crate or an ammo crate. So it was consistent over and over again, as you could see in this game. Again, the real MVPs were totally my teammates this round. You know, I definitely would not have gotten 73 kills. Absolutely not. So, again, I'm curious to see in the future how much more I'll keep progressing with this kit. Again, like I said, now that I realize more and more how much the resupplying is pretty crucial when it comes to this kit. We'll see, you know, how that turns out more here in the future. I would love to get the 100 0. I don't know if that's going to be possible. A map like Akibaba is well, you know, suited for something like that, but you know, we'll find out. It's gotta have maybe a little bit closer of a game than I had on this game, so it lasts a little bit longer. So it's still kind of a, you know, not the longest game, you know, like a 20 minutes, you know, 21-minute game, but you know, you need kind of a little bit more time. And the problem is, if we get those really close games, you know, the chances of you dying are much higher. So but that's it for you guys today. I appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin', and I will catch you guys again later. Peace.